their website, and so we're working on all the state and territory websites now, and we'll get a bit more involved in tournaments and leagues, hopefully going forward as well.
All right, Henry, in for this semi-final of the mixed doubles. Kiwis against the Aussies.
Who are you backing here?
This is going to be tough. Got Joelle King on the right for New Zealand. I mean, just incredibly powerful player. Paul Coll on the backhand side.
Looks like it's starting off the way most of these games do, where the girls get about 90% of the shots.
Right. Well, to start with, I think it seems that the ball's quite warm at the start, so the guy's just trying to fire it around a little bit. There's not too much touch play at the start. Really trying to force the other team back. But you're right, that tends to be mostly to the girl, but that's sometimes that tactic works against the players. I mean, someone like Joelle, I mean, she's so strong. I mean, you see with Rachel Grenham for the other Aussie team as well. I mean, she's an incredibly good player and just so tricky, and it can kind of backfire, but that tends to be the basic tactic. For the Aussies, Donna Uquhart and David Palmer. Dave Palmer came out of retirement a couple of years ago in Glasgow for the Commonwealth Games and ended up winning 2 golds. Men's doubles and mixed doubles with Rachel Grenham.
Before that, I think he's won 2 World Opens and 4 British Opens as well, so obviously a legend to us.
Yeah, certainly a legend, yeah.
I was chatting to his dad last night, and he was telling me about some of the fitness exercises he used to go through. I mean, we've heard rumors of what he could do, but apparently he could do the beep test up to 15, 4 times in a row. Then he'd run 600 meters, and then jog 200 meters, and do that 8 times in a row at a high level. So quite something.
I mean, it sounds pretty silly, actually. It will seem to work.
Fun. Yeah.
No, I also heard that, I mean, I know David very well. We played the tour at pretty much the same time. His career kept on going a couple of years longer than mine, but I mean, one of the things that he used to do was actually hold his breath and do court sprints, which I wouldn't recommend. I think your heart's going to go into overload and maybe get an aneurysm, but that's what he used to do, just to practice his anaerobic power.
Right.
But just a totally committed athlete, which is what you want. You tend to find that with a lot of the Aussie athletes, they're like totally and utterly committed, just really good professionals.
Right.
And that's why they're so successful.
Did you ever play him in big events?
Many times, actually. I think I had a pretty good record against Dave. But I lost him in a couple of big events. That's a nice shot. Oh, Donna Uquhart is doing really well. Great defense. She's got big, long arms, but she manages to shorten her swing quite nicely. She doesn't really let the elbow fly out too much, and so she still gets a lot of control. She can still take it quite early. It's quite important when the ball's just getting fired at you all the time.
Oops.
Yes, right? I didn't ask for that. I just said yours. You said yours. Nobody asked for that. Correction. Hand out. 3, 4.
The refs have definitely had a pretty tough job the last few days, haven't they? Lots of controversy.
Yeah, I think that everyone's still trying to feel it out. I mean, there's no tour for double squash, so they only really meet a couple of times a year to play at most. So it's not like there's too many times to practice the play or the refereeing.
Yeah.
But number one, you want to make it fair on the players. Number two, you also want it to look good, because ultimately the doubles was created for the Commonwealth Games.
Right.
So Commonwealth Games is probably our biggest window into the world. So for squash. So I mean, we want it to look good. So the refereeing's got the decisions, really got to reflect, hopefully good play. Not too many stoppages, not too many lets and things like that. But it's also can't be too confusing either.
Yeah.
Tend to find that kind of play there from Donna, just that down the middle into the feet of the opponent, tends to be quite a good play in doubles. Certainly breaks up the rhythm. Really what they're looking for these loose shots round about the front and the middle of the court. Tough to hit a winner, but certainly increases the probability of if you get a lot of chances like that. If you're near the front of the court and you don't hit a good shot.
She almost got that.
Well, the player your opponent can bash it into you as well, which is also another good play in doubles. But that was a lovely touch drop shot from Paul Coll. Oh, great shot. This nice little snap of the wrist from Donna. So Dave Palmer in his era was probably the best athlete. Paul Coll is actually he's emerging as one of the best athletes in his era. Just coming up the rankings right now. You see they've got these little videos on YouTube every now and again, and Paul Coll doing some of his squats and things like that, and jump squats. Very impressive.
I think he's ranked number 31 now, so definitely on the way up.
Oh, it's just point for point right now. Joel King hitting that great cross-court nick. Both guys standing pretty much in the middle of the court, almost treating the big double squash court as a singles court. Does create a little bit of space in the back corners, but Joel King didn't need it that time, right into the feet of Donna Uquhart.
The other difference that seems to have created with Donna being a left-hander is you get the two girls on the opposite sides. Same-handed,
right.
You often end up on the same wall.
Yeah, so it's pretty much a cross-court battle. Great shot. Again, Donna Uquhart with those long arms, shortening the swing, chopping in that lovely drop shot into the neck. Yeah, that's a big point at this stage. As it gets closer to the game, you really don't want to give away a 2-point cushion. That's a good get. And again, what a shot. Great. Not only that shot that she played there, but just the defense that she had up until that point. I mean, she was really holding her own in the left side with Paul Coll.
Absolutely. Seems like David on the court is a very good partner. He's always giving lots of advice, talking to his partner, keeping the confidence up.
Yeah, obviously very important in doubles. Good communication, good chemistry. Very important in doubles as well to stay positive. It is a game of momentum. You tend to find if you lose momentum, you lose confidence. Tend to stand back a little bit.
It's a beautiful shot.
Great shot from Palmer again. Good communication. And then he just carved that drop shot into the front corner. Paul Coll not quite able to get it. Back to 8-all.
Didn't ask for a let there.
Oh, nice angle. Now there's not enough interference. There's referees don't like to give lets and call that a soft let. Well, the Aussies on a nice run here, 3 points in a row.
I guess with so many let calls during a game, it's hard to get every single one right, whether you disagree or not. But the refs have certainly been putting in a lot of time off the court, reviewing all the plays, going through it. So definitely making a very big effort.
Oh, very professional. Oh, great play. That's beautiful play from the Kiwis.
Massive point coming up.
Oh, 9-all. If you get to 10 first, you get 2 game points. Donna really finding a nice angle across court, but
a bit unlucky there.
not able to adjust quickly enough. Oh, it's the Kiwis get the game point first.
It's going to be close.
The Kiwis doing a good job of forcing Donna Uquhart back. She's on the back foot off balance. She's more likely to make a mistake.
Tense moments here, huh?
And it's the Kiwis that take that first game.
So if you're coaching the Aussies here, what would you be telling them in the break?
I mean, I think the tactic is fairly simple. I think they got to force Joel back and they try and take Paul out of the game a little bit. I think he's a little bit too much in the game. I think that Joel just really needs to get pushed back behind Dave, and then hopefully bring Dave into it. I mean, Dave's having to come right over onto the left wall to get involved here. So if Donna can hook the ball around to get the ball deep, basically hitting the right wall but pretty deep, forcing Joel to play a little bit of a defensive ball, then that'll get Dave into it, and he can start playing his touch drop shots and kills and things like that. But Donna's getting a good angle on the cross, but not quite onto the wall. Not yet. And then you see Paul's into the game now. There we go. Almost. Whoa.
Yes, left.
Oh, what's Dave Palmer? Probably like 200 kilos. I think he probably wouldn't like me saying this, but maybe about 8 to 10 kilos heavier than he used to be. And again, we see Palmer really coming right across onto the left wall. Oh, there, finally.
I think that's what you've been talking about there, where they push it back and then they have a short ball as an attack.
Right. I mean, that's the play here, and then it'll bring the Palmer in, and then you've got a lot of space on the right side. It hasn't been exposed yet. That's maybe one area that the Kiwis could use if necessary. He's really trying to pull Palmer over, then attack him down the right wall, but hasn't been necessary yet. The Kiwis are actually seeded to win this, despite Palmer's. Donna's won a bronze at the Commonwealth Games before. Palmer in the doubles, and Palmer's obviously got a huge pedigree, so a little bit surprising that these guys are not seeded a little bit higher. But the Kiwis, as you can see, I mean, they're just so powerful. They're so far up the court.
Of course, I'm hoping for an upset here, but I guess you got your upset in the last match.
Yeah, it was a good one. It was a good one. Yeah, the guys just Greg Lobin, Alan Klein. I think they showed the number one seeds. Ryan Caskelli and Cam Pilley showed these guys how much they wanted it. I think it comes down to that. It comes down to will a lot of the time. If you can show your opponents how much you want it, and then you're playing well as well, then it really counts for a lot.
Needs to be careful here. They've been handing out a lot of conduct warnings.
Yeah, the refs are definitely trying to reduce the chatter. They certainly don't want any dissent, and they will clamp down on dissent, but they're not even trying to give explanations. They just, okay, there's decisions being made, that's it, stay on court. Again, it's the directive pretty much for the Commonwealth Games. You don't want to see a lot of arguing. Can be quite entertaining at times after saying that.
I've never seen a ref change his mind, so not much point to it, is there?
Okay, there's again Joelle back in the back right corner. See if they can keep her there. Bring Dave into the game a little bit.
She's made a few errors there on the backhand, or I guess her forehand, sorry.
I mean, very talented shot maker down Uquhart, but just again on the back foot, being forced back. We'll try to play an attacking shot. Even when it ever went up, it was going to be, I think Joel King was onto it. Well, 3-1 second game. This beautiful squash center in Marara Complex in Darwin. I think a lot of the players that hadn't been here, I think myself included, I was actually, I don't want to, quite surprised at how incredible a squash center this is, and how motivated Northern Territory is and Darwin to really promote squash as much as possible. And I hear that we've got a grant of another few $1 million to build a glass court, and so it's great. I mean, squash here is just kicking.
Yeah, it's an incredible center, and the crowds have been pretty good all week. Obviously, with the players playing in a round robin format, they've been hanging around a lot as well, which has been really great, I think, for spectators too, to be able to mingle and chat with them as well.
Yeah, it's a great community. They're incredibly friendly. A really great atmosphere here all week. The Kiwis again, they got momentum. Managing to get a ball right into the feet of Don Uquhart. There's so much pressure.
Great rally.
Beauty. Best rally of the match so far.
Players are asking about that. It's definitely close.
What do you think? Think that was up?
Looked like 2 to me, I gotta say. It's definitely close.
It looked like 2 to me. It was nice, nice rally from both teams there. I think Donna actually lifting the ball across court. I think Joelle doing the same thing, just using the height of the court a little bit more time to get further forward. Try and find that back corner. But the ball is so warm. It doesn't really take a lob very well this court. Well, it's going to really kick up at the back.
That occasional straight drive that Donna's been playing seems to be quite effective, because even though Paul is obviously so fast on his feet, it must be easy to get complacent and stand back just a little bit, expect him to cross court every shot.
Yeah, he's looking for that cross court at his forehand and really looking to fire it back, with pace and pressure into the back corner, really pressure Donna. So he is a little bit further over. Donna finding that spot sometimes. Oh, nice spot. Shot. Again, you see that position, Palmer used it against him. Low and hard into the corner. Oh, Dave's got to try to find a way into this game here. always hard in doubles if you're frozen out of the game.
Kiwis still a couple of points in front, but maybe a bit of pressure starting to build for them as we get closer to the finish line.
There's plenty of room to hit that bullseye. You must fight it.
I tried to hit that here, and my racket went into him, so I had to stop.
All right, so I think I'll try and explain this. This is, I mentioned earlier on, there's this soft let scenario. So Donna wanted to play that ball before the back wall. She got a little bit of racket caught up with Coll, but the ball really bounced off the back wall. She had plenty of space to play that. She just had to readjust her feet and racket a little bit. So the referee's saying, look, play it. You had plenty of space to play the ball. So it's tough, but that's those are the rules now, and the guys do know that. They do know that's the way that it's being played and being refereed. I mean, in a way, this is the World Doubles Championship. It's kind of like a dry run. There's going to be another one next year, but it's a bit of a dry run for the Commonwealth Games. And
right. I mean, even in the singles format, now the players must know the refs have obviously been a lot more strict on just giving away simple laps.
And I think and the game is better for it. I think it's Lee Drew and a couple of guys at PSA have really taken control.
Oh. That might be a $200 swing right there.
I don't think these guys pay for the rackets. But well, I suppose it's always better if two players try and play it rather than no players try to play it. Well, it was the right play. They forced Donna back. You see she was behind the service box. Coll got one right in his racket, just didn't quite get low enough to follow through to play that volley drop. Just clip the top of the tin. The tin obviously is 13 inches high, unlike the 19 inches that you play on sports back home. Again, good angle. Right into the feet of Donna Uquhart, just not able to adjust the racket quickly enough. And that's not bad play. The players are playing for that angle all the time.
I wonder how the effects of now 4 days of play or 3 days of play are starting to build on the girls as well, because they obviously do take such a big part in these mixed matches.
Kind of a double-edged sword, I think. Yeah, you're right. It's going to be tough for them after a few days of play, but it's the start of the season, start of the single season as well. So the more balls you can hit, it's probably going to be better for you. Oh, nice play. Donna doing a great job of standing up, withstanding huge pressure here.
Suddenly came off the front wall a bit funny there.
Yeah, I don't think Joelle hit it as cleanly as maybe she wanted to, but it just landed above the tin. It shows you that the tin is so low that when you hit it low, it really doesn't bounce up very much at all.
That explains it.
We take a look at Joelle King's racket. Well, you need to rewind it on YouTube probably to do that, but yeah, I think she hit the frame with the last shot and it broke clean through. Shows you how hard she hits the ball.
Yeah. I wonder if a bit of damage was done that rally a few rallies ago. That might have just been the sailing shot that broke it.
That's right, that was probably exactly what it was.
David was a long way back on the court there.
Oh, that was a great play from Joelle King. Kind of an audacious play. I mean, she picked that ball pretty much off the thigh of David Palmer. Played a great shot, and Palmer on the run. I mean, he is opening up a huge space at the back right corner there. And again, had a chance to play it back right, but chose to just stick to the tactic. Well, that's 2 shots between her legs Don Urquhart's play. Fairly normal occurrence in squash and tennis. The whole crowd would be into that. It's called a hot dog. And again, great angle from Joelle King. Brings the Kiwi pair to match ball.
Donna's fighting all the way to the end here, isn't she?
Yeah, she's still doing well under a huge amount of pressure here. Nice shot. Oh, not over yet.
I think we call that shepherding in Australia.
Paul Coll felt as though there was an Aussie wall, a wall of yellow, stopping him from reaching that ball. But to be fair, it was a great play from David Palmer. Beautiful drop shot. All right. Still match point to the Aussies. Sorry, to the Kiwis.
She's done well.
Oh. Finding that angle, the Kiwi pair just finding that angle, just tying Donna Urquhart in knots. It was a great defense from Donna the whole match, but the Kiwi pair were just a little bit strong in the end.
So yeah, good effort from Australia though.
And it's the Kiwis that go through the final of the mixed doubles.